morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at some brand new cards that are coming around in, well, Paradise Dragona over in Japan. But of course, at this point, we know that Paradise Dragona over in Japan is going to equate to Surging Sparks over here. And right now, I'm seeing a bit of hype, frankly, for Paradise Dragona. I'm seeing a bit of hype for Surging Sparks. I'm seeing that people are kind of loving this, which honestly makes me pretty gosh darn happy. Sweet. And we've got a bunch of stage 1s to be talking about today. So let's take a look at some stage 1s. Let's start off with Espathra. Now, this one, we've got ourselves a couple of attacks here. Are they any good? Well, 2 energy, 60 damage, heal 30 from this Pokemon. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that stage 1, 2 energy to do 60 and heal 30 is not as good as we might have been hoping. Not to sound mean, not to be defeatist here. I just don't think this is as good as it potentially could be, and I'm sorry. But there is a first attack as well. And what you do is devolve one of your opponent's Pokemon by putting the higher stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. And here's my problem with this card. We've got a better version of this. We've got TM Devolution from Paradox Rift, which is the same attack, except that it's on a tool, so it can be used by any of your Pokemon. You don't have to get a special stage 1. You can use it on a basic, one you're already playing. And it devolves all of your opponent's Pokemon, not just the one. So, until Paradox Rift rotates out, and to be fair, Paradox Rift will rotate out 1 year earlier than this, because that's Regulation Mark G and this is Regulation Mark H. So there will be 1 year, a couple of years down the line at this point, where this actually could be good. But I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say I don't really know why anyone is going to be playing this over TM Devolution. Like, maybe if tools were really hard to search, that would be an argument. But everyone's playing Arven right now, which can search tools. And we've got Town Store at the moment, the stadium that can search tools. So I'm sorry, a stage 1 that devolves one Pokemon, or a tool that you can give an attack to anyone to devolve all of your opponents. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This just seems way worse. I'm not convinced this is a good card, and I'm giving this 2 Aussies. I don't give 2 Aussies very often, but this strikes me as an alarmingly bad card. Like, I can't really make an argument for it, and that's not a good thing. So let's wash the taste of Espathra out of our mouths with Gholdengo. I like Gholdengo, and Gholdengo is a lot more fun. What we've got here is 130 HP on a stage 1, and we've got ourselves a really nice attack, single energy, 30 damage, and if this Pokemon evolved from Gimmighoul this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. That's more like it. That'll do. Because 120 damage for a single energy on a stage 1, yes! That'll work very, very, very nicely indeed. And here's the thing. 120 is a really nice number right now. It'll KO basic EXs. And I'm telling you right now, there are a couple that you want to be looking at here. I mean, specifically Chen Pao and Iron Valiant. These will be automatic one-hit KO'd straight away, stage 1, single energy, and they are both relevant EXs that see a significant amount of play. And even though they're both kind of on the downside right now, they could see an uptick in the future and they still see play. These are good. Single energy, stage 1. Now, I know it's a one-shot deal, right? evolve up, and then the turn that you evolve up, you get to do the extra damage, but then that's it. From then on, it's only 30. Understand all of that entirely. Don't particularly care. Stage 1, single energy, 2 prizes. If that's all the card does for me, that'll work quite nicely. Worth noting, you do also get an automatic one-hit KO on Jinx EX, which I know is not seeing any play right now, but automatic KO on a sleeping Pokemon, we talked about this the other day. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but I'm saying there is, at the very least, a little bit of potential here. It's a card we need to keep track of. But of course, remember that this is Gholdengo. So we don't have to play this on its own. We've already got the really good EX that everybody has decided is good. That's got coin bonus, lets you draw a card, or if you're active, draw 2, and discard any number of basic energy to do a bunch of damage. 50 damage base, plus 50 more for each energy discarded. And the thing is, with Gholdengo, you don't necessarily want to be discarding like free energy from your hand to KO 120 HP single prize Pokemon. Way better to use this, to just play this as a one-off, and then just evolve into it to get a little attack. Now, I will say, and this is actually really important, if you evolve into this, then that does actually mean that's one less EX out to draw cards every turn, which is, to be fair, a significant downside, and I'm acknowledging that, but I'm just saying, single energy, get a KO. This gets KOs on too many relevant things for me to not take it at least a little bit seriously. And it doesn't have to be played in a Gholdengo deck. Single energy attacker, single prize attacker, only one evolution line, that'll do. There is another attack here. Free colorless energy, 100 damage. And you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck if you so wish. The problem is this doesn't quite do enough damage. We'll actually get a one-hit KO on Jinx, which is cool, but won't get the other EXs. I like being able to shuffle it into your deck so that you can use the first attack again, or so that you can turn it into an EX if you so wish. There's advantages to this, absolutely, but it's a little bit expensive for my liking. It's a little bit awkward for my liking. I'm not saying it's bad, because I don't think it is bad. But I think the first attack is where this really shines. And then, if you can get a KO with a second attack, get this back into your deck, that's all well and good. But I don't think it's perfect, shall we say. There we go. I'm giving this between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. I like Gholdengo. I think it's really quite good. It's a bit awkward, but our first attack especially is one that makes me happy. Also, look out for this dude in a pre-release. In a pre-release, this card is going to be busted. Espathra still sucks in a pre-release. But this, in a pre-release, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a really good card in a pre-release. You have been warned, ladies and gentlemen. You have been warned. But I did promise you a trio of stage 1s. I've only delivered 2 so far. So how about a new Braviary? 130 HP, free energy 120 is not ideal. But we do have 2 colorless energy. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, switch it with their active Pokemon, and deal 40 damage to the new active Pokemon. And this is one of those attacks where it's so close, but it's not on a basic Pokemon, and it's not for a single energy, and it's only 40 damage. Now, I know it's a lot to ask, but if this could be 70, which honestly, on a stage 1 for 2 energy, I don't think is out of the realms of possibility here. I don't think that would be ridiculous. If we could make it 70, then all of a sudden we're getting Manaphy here. And that makes me very, very happy. Or we can get a load of evolving basics, etc. That would be cool. But it's not 70. It's 40. That's very, very different. You'll get Cleffa, alright? And to be fair, Cleffa's seeing a lot of play right now. This will drag Cleffa off the bench and KO it. And I'm obviously showing you the Haganosuke artwork here because it's one of the best artworks in the history of the Pokemon TCG. It's amazing. And if your opponent has got a Pokemon which is almost KO'd, then you can bring it active and KO it, and yeah, fine. But this is one of those cards where it needs to be a basic, or it needs to be 1 energy. You know, if this was a stage 1 that did 70 for 1 energy, dragging a Pokemon active, I could genuinely see this seeing play because it's going to get prizes. 40, I think it's too awkward. I think it might end up being binder fodder. And the problem is, you can play the Gholdengo thing here of, oh, whatever Braviary have we got right now? We've actually got 2. We got the Hisuian Braviary from Astral Radiance, but still evolves from Rufflet, so you can still be combined. And to be fair, 0 energy, 30 for each energy attached to your opponent's active isn't terrible, but it's not good. And then we've got the Hisuian Braviary from Silver Tempest, which for 0 energy puts 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage on it, which actually also isn't terrible. Maybe there's a trio of Braviary to be made here. I rather suspect they're all very almost good enough. Let's go ahead and give this one a pretty generous 3 Wassies and hope that one day someone will make it work. For now, I've told you about these new cards, so it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think of these ones. Do you think Espathra is as bad as I think it is? Do you think Gholdengo's got potential like I think it does? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Ashley Munns, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now. And seems like a lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.